Hello, 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 everybody. I hope your week is off to an amazing start. It is Tuesday, and you guys know what goes down here on Tuesday. Wife Chat goes down here on Tuesday. So do me a huge favor. Make sure that you're hitting the share button and letting all my one sexy wives know that Wife Chat is going down. And again, I just pray that your week is off to an amazing start. For me, my week is crazy, crazy busy. Ever since the new year ticked over, as you guys know, I'm getting prepared for my Bringing Sexy Back to the Marriage conference. And I am only down to 5 seats before we sold out. And I know for a fact that God is going to do it again. And so I'm really excited about that. And I have been having really good meetings with my teachers and speakers, and they're so ready to bring it. And so, again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Do me a huge, huge favor. Make sure that you're putting where you're joining me from in the chat. I would absolutely love to give you a shout out. And again, like I said, I went today to visit the venue for a second time, and I'm just excited about what God is going to do for the wives who are coming from all over the country to bring a sexy back to the marriage. And again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you're joining me on my YouTube channel, please, 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 please put in the chat where you joining me from. Thank you so much, Trevor, for joining me from Burbank, California. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So I thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel as well. I appreciate you. And so tonight's chat actually comes from a wife in Puerto Rico. Okay. And if you guys, follow me and know me, I lived in Puerto Rico for almost 5 years. It's been a long, long time since I lived in Puerto Rico, but I absolutely love Puerto Rico. And one of the wives that I met in Puerto Rico actually is the one who sent me this. Hello, Rose from New Orleans. Hey, hey, hey. I want you to tell you, for my 30th anniversary, I went to New Orleans, and Gail and I had an amazing time. So thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel from New Orleans. I appreciate you. I thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. My channel has grown like crazy because of you guys on YouTube, and I appreciate you. And so again, the food was amazing. When I say in New Orleans, the food was amazing. It was amazing. Hi, Auntie Fi. Tell us everybody where you're joining me from. I know where you're joining me from, but people don't know. I want to give you a shout out again. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. And again, this comes from a wife over in Puerto Rico that I met over 20 years ago. And she continues to follow me. And she reached out to me, and she's like, Doc, I want to know how to be a better wife in 2023. And she said, I've been married for, she's been married 26 years. Yeah, Texas. That's right. She's a Texas girl. And she's been married 23 years. And she's like, at one point in time, we was talking about getting divorced, but we decided to fix it. And she said, and I just want to be a better wife. She said, I've been working on myself for the last 3 years, just really working on loving myself, understanding who I am and why I'm here. But I want to be a better wife to my husband. And so tonight I want to give you guys some tips on how to be a better wife to your husband. Okay. Hey, Kiki Ramsey, how are you, sissy? Thank you so much for joining me. That's my girl from Atlanta. She left me up here in Maryland by myself. No, I'm just playing. And so I want to talk to you about how to be a better wife, right? The first thing that you need to do, and it's very hard to do, is give your husband some space, especially when he first gets home, or especially when you are in a highly, highly stressful situation. And what do I mean by this? When Gail used to come home, right? Because I have been working from home for a long, long time. Hi, Tamika. Happy New Year to you as well. She's from my hometown in Texas, so I appreciate you jumping on. I appreciate you. My brother told me he hung out with you guys the other day, so thank you. He told me he had a real good time with y'all. I would literally wait to bombard him with how my day went, all the stuff that happened with the kids, and all of those kind of things. And let me just tell you, men don't process information the way that we do. And when you bombard them, like right when they walk through the door, it overwhelms them, it makes them cranky, and it makes them not want to engage and talk to you at all. Okay, so give him some space. Happy New Year to you as well. Hi, Scott, how are you? So make sure that you from Albany, Georgia. Georgia's in the house. I got Miss Ramsey from Atlanta, and then I got Albany, Georgia. Thank you so much, Scott. So give him some space. Number two, understand and master his love language. And most people think, oh, that the love languages is something that really doesn't work. But let me just tell you, it does. They really do. I had the pleasure of sitting down talking with Dr. Chapman for I don't know how many hours. And I believe, and I've been doing research with the clients that God has placed in my life to coach about the five love language. And what I'm finding that 99% of people love language was formed as a child. And yes, can they vacillate back and forth, but your main core love language you learned as a child. Okay, so master your husband's love language. And if you don't know what his love language is, you can go take the free love language test. It only takes about 5 minutes, but it literally will change the way you talk, operate, and interact with your spouse. And the five love languages are acts of kindness, gifts, physical touch, quality time, and words of affirmation. Hello, Michael Taplin. How are you? Actually, that's Tanny. Hi, Tanny. I want to see you on here. I don't want to see your husband on here. Now I'm just playing. Thank you, Scott, for loving my channel. I appreciate you so much. Yes, Tamika, y'all had a good time. I'm sure that y'all did. um, so master your husband's love language because it's very important. Because once you master his love language, it will allow you to really understand and what makes your husband tick. Okay. Number three, become more compassionate towards your husband, right? We as women are very emotional beings, and we think because they're a man that they have no feelings and they don't have any emotions. They have been taught, because the world has taught men to suck it up. Men don't cry, quit being weak and all that. And we train our children, our male children, to suck it up. When they fall, they tell them, suck it up, don't cry, quit being a punk and all this kind of stuff. And so it's perpetuated by society that they should not operate in their emotions. But let me just tell you, men have emotions just like we do. And we need to acknowledge them and be more compassionate towards if they're having a bad day, if they had a disappointment and all those things. Just like we want that for us, give it back to him. Okay. Number four, criticize less. Now, this is one the Gail's got to work on. Criticize less. We're so critical of every mistake, everything they say, all of those things. We're easy to jump on those things, right? And again, I'm 100% guilty of doing this, right? Being critical of everything that Gail falls short in, right? And so it makes it hard, but I am working on that. I'm a work in progress, and y'all know me. I'm very open and honest with my shortcomings, because if you ever talk to Gail, he's going to tell them all. So I might as well tell them myself, so you won't be surprised, okay? So be less critical, right? And so what I have learned, which number 5, is find something that they do right. Find something they do right and focus more on that. And that's the reason why I have on my website the 30 days of gratitude. Because whenever you could talk to me, you could ask me, Gail, what gets on your nerves, or what does Gail do wrong? I could give you a whole list. I could fill up a whole notebook of all the things that got on my nerves that he did wrong. But when you say, Gail, what did he do right? I'll be like, um, let me see. And that's a lot of women. And so one day God showed me that, Gail, you need to show some gratitude, because Gail does a lot right that you don't even acknowledge. So that gratitude, 30 days of gratitude, God made me do it. And I started off, and I'm not even lying. The first day was, thank you for taking out the trash. That's all I could find was right. The second day, I think I put on there, thank you for going to work. And as I begin to show gratitude every single day, writing in that journal, now I could tick off 1,000 things that he does right? Especially after working with my clients. Like, I am one blessed woman to deal with, just because everybody got issues, right? To deal with the small things that Gil does wrong, right? And I am quick to point out the better things than the wrong things. But I'm still a work in progress, okay? I need to do more of that. You're right, Kiki, you do. And so point out some of the things that they do right. And again, I am talking to a woman in Puerto Rico that I met over 20 years ago on how to be a better wife in 2023, for all of you guys just who have just joined me. Okay. Number 6, focus on the positive things in your marriage, right? Now, no marriage is perfect. And if you get anybody that lies and said that their marriage is perfect, they're lying to you. Okay. But focus on the positive things, because again, we are inundated every single day with negativity, right? And we're inundated with people who get on these platforms and lie and make like everything is perfect, right? I've had couples that have came to me, oh, I can't afford you, but go on vacation and calling me on vacation for me to fix it, and I turned them down because my thoughts was, fix it before you go on vacation and put a bunch of lying pictures up on Facebook. But that's another thing. So focus on the positive things in your marriage. Focus, even if it's just one thing happening in your marriage that's positive, focus in on that. Because let me just tell you, for these single people, it is hard out here. And so my thing is, if you have a marriage that is fixable and he's not going upside your head, calling you out your name and all those kind of things, everything is fixable. I don't say stay in an abusive relationship, because Gail wouldn't do it, okay? But what I'm saying is, if it's a lack of communication, if it's a lack of intimacy, if it's a financial thing, you have the ability to fix it. You can't make somebody else do something. The only person you can change and show up different in your marriage is you. So change you. And I guarantee you, once you change you, he's going to change, or she's going to change, okay? Number 7, ask him his needs, wants, and desires. You might think that you know them. You might think, oh, we've been together 35 years like Gil and I know them. But until you ask that question, you really don't know. Because people evolve, change, grow, expand. And if you don't have that conversation, you're going to continue to do the same exact thing, thinking that you're getting good results, and you're not. Because Gil has changed so much over 35 years, and I have too. He's grown with education. He has grown with knowledge. He's grown with experiences, and same way with me. And if we don't stop and say, Gil, what do you need from me? What do you desire from me? What do you want from me? he needs to be able to articulate it, and I need to be open to hearing those things to try to meet him, right? Am I perfect? Not at all. Hi, Barbara. How are you? Thank you so much for checking in from PA. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, John. How are you? That sounds like being asked the question when the answer doesn't matter in my experience. No, it does matter. And even if you ask the question and she can't answer, it does matter. And just know that if she can't answer you right now, she heard what you said, and she might not just be able to answer, because a lot of times when you ask that question, what are your needs, wants, and desires, John, the person don't even know it for themselves, because they don't think, most people don't think about it, right? And in order for you to be in a meaningful relationship and get what you need out of your spouse, you need to be able to articulate your needs, your wants, and your desires. And that's where a lot of times communication breaks down, and you begin to take each other for granted, because it's like you just keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Okay. Number 8, give him some guy time. And I just got off phone with my really good, my sister friend Kiki, and she was saying her husband went out to play pool and stuff. But again, give them some guy time. And whenever my husband's bestie comes into town, usually in January, I let them go do whatever they're going to do. I don't even ask where they are. For the simple fact is that they need guy time just like we need girl time, right? And if you keep saying, trust me, he's going to make it happen. And then you're going to be mad because he's not going to have the conversation with you to tell you where he's going. He's just going to do it. And that's going to open up a whole nother door. Again, the answer is sex, sex, and sex. Auntie Five, you a mess. Well, at least he told you what he wanted, Auntie Five. So, need, want, and desire. Okay, if that's what he wants, sex. My thing is make it happen, because you're supposed to be his go-to girl for the sex, right? Unless there's something else going on physically that you can't. And if there's something physically going on that you can, then you need to have that conversation and say, honey, I can't meet this need, want, and desire because of X, Y, and Z. Okay. That is so important. They need as much as we do. Absolutely, they do, Miss Barbara. Okay. Number 9, get out of your comfort zone and do something different when it comes to sex, right? Again, y'all know I'm a licensed sexologist and all that kind of stuff, but I get people from all over the world saying, sex is so boring to me. I just feel like I'm a robot. Ain't nothing going on. It just wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. I don't know what it is. The orgasm. I get it all. Okay. So you need to step out of your comfort zone and be your GPS to your own pleasure. Okay. I'm not saying be a dictator in the bedroom, but have a conversation outside of the bedroom and say, honey, when it comes to our sex life, we need to do something different because I'm not being physically stimulated. Please, whatever that looks like for you, you need to open your mouth, because having an orgasm is good, it's healthy for you, it's good and healthy for him, and it's good and healthy for your marriage. Okay. That's what I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to teach on the benefits of orgasm or whatever. Go to my YouTube channel. I got them all up there. Variety does wonders. It does. But you need to step out of your comfort zone, because, again, if you're not having meaningful conversation outside of the bedroom, there will be no magic inside of the bedroom. It will not happen. Okay? And the last thing that I want to tell my friend in Puerto Rico on how to be a better wife in 2023 is watch your words. Watch your words. Now, this is a hard one for Gail. I am doing much better, but I have not conquered, right? Watch your words, because your words have power. Your words have power. You can say you're sorry, but you can never, ever take it back. Okay? Your words have power. They do. And whether you think that they hurt, they do. Whether he responds back and tells you that hurts my feelings, it does. Okay? Watch your words because they have power. And they have power to either edify or to tear down. And remember, you guys became one flesh. So what you're saying to him, you're saying to yourself. And that was a hard lesson for me to learn. Okay? Whatever I said to Gail, I was saying back to me because we became one flesh. So anytime he would say something, I'd be like, that's stupid, dumb, we ain't doing it. I was calling myself that. And I think I'm pretty smart, actually brilliant. No, I'm just playing. So watch your words. Okay. 2 questions to ask yourself. Do I need to say that? Oh my God, Barbara. Do I need to say you've been in my class? You've been in my class. You're right. You've been in my class. You've been on here too much. You're right. Those questions you have to ask yourself. Because again, do I have to say this and do I have to say this right now? Right? Is what I'm about to have to say right now, will I have to apologize for later? And if what I'm about to say out of my mouth, what I won't say it back to me. Thank you, Barbara, for reminding me of that. Right? So the thing is that my prayer is that you guys, if you're on here, if you're a husband or a wife, this can apply to a man or to a woman. But I want us both, all of us, to think about how we can show up better for our marriages. Because remember, your spouse is the only walking, talking, living being that you cut a covenant with. Not anybody else, not your children, not your job, not your title, not your car, not your home, your spouse. You said to death do us part. So make it happen. Make it work. We put in the work to, lose weight. We put in the work to do all of this stuff to get accolades and all that. Put in the work to the person that you said you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And y'all know my story. I've been there, but I'm doing the work, and I'm telling you, I'm enjoying the ride. Okay. So again, I love you guys to pieces. Thank you so much for hopping on here. Thank you to all my family here on Facebook. Thank you to my family on my YouTube channel. I love you guys to pieces. If there's no more questions, I'm going to get off of here because y'all know me. I'll be in bed. Oh, Kiki sending y'all to my conference page just in case, because I only got 5 more seats left. So we're going to sell out. And thank you, Kiki, for putting that in there. If you want to come to Wives Unleashed, go ahead and register because I'm telling you, it's going to be off the meat rack. It really is. I love you guys. And thank you so much for getting on here. I don't take you guys for granted. If you need me, you know how to contact me. I offer a free 15-minute discovery call. I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I'm just trying to help you on this life called marriage. Marriage. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. And if there's no more questions, I'll see you guys next week.